So guys, today back from a video on the channel today. We're here for the Newcastle United vs Watford player ratings. If you didn't watch the reaction already, make sure to go and watch it. I am just very disappointed with the performance. The way we went out of that game in the second half performance was just embarrassing. Before I start off the player rating, I want to say something, right? For the last couple of seasons, Newcastle United have clinched survival in about April time. That's probably about match week 32, 33, around that time. The game after that, we just don't care. We do not care about the result and the performance in the game. It's the 17-18 season, we clinched survival against Arsenal at home. After that, we lost 4 games in a row. 4 games in a row. Newcastle United clinched survival, and then we've got beat to... we drew to West Ham, which we probably deserved to get beat, but I think a draw was probably the fair result. Got slapped 5-0 against City, and then now lose to Watford. And now we've got Tottenham, Brighton, and then Liverpool. Like, you seriously think we're going to get points out of them games? But lads, make sure to leave a like. You know the crack by now. Let's start off with Martin Dubravka. So Martin, he made a couple of good saves, not including the penalties, but I think Martin Dubravka for the second penalty, I'm not blaming Dubravka whatsoever, but I could get to that, if you know what I mean. He's went the right way, but there's too much power from Dini in that, so I can't see Dubravka saving that. He had to make some crucial saves in the first half. I'm going to give Martin Dubravka a 6 out of 10. Now moving on to the right back, Javier Manquillo. And in the first half, like most of the players, he was doing alright. Second half came round and he gives that penalty away. I was watching it now, I thought I was seeing things. Why is a football player grabbing someone with the referee had the perfect view of it, man. It was so obvious it was going to happen, and he gives the penalty away, and then he was giving away shite balls and whatnot. Javier Manquillo was okay in the first half, but embarrassing in the second half. Javier Manquillo was getting a 3 out of 10. Centre-backs now, and I actually think the 2 centre-backs were okay today. Lascelles had to make a crucial save off the line, and he had to do a couple of good headering and stuff like that. He went down a time, and I think he came off just to make sure that he was alright, and we went for it a little bit, and then he just hired shitty Schar on centre-back. So I think Lascelles, you can't blame him for the goals or whatever like that, so I'm going to give Lascelles straight down the middle, a 5 out of 10. Fernandez now, when he got the assist for the goal, it was a good assist. The ball came in the box, and he's had to really get his head onto it to play it to Gayle, and I feel like Fernandez was probably a little bit better than Lascelles because he got that assist, and actually, to be fair, no, I'm just keeping in mind, he was the one who passed the ball to Will Hughes in an awful position. I'm going to give, because he got the assist, I'm going to give him a 5 out of 10. Danny Rose now, he played against his former team, Watford, and I didn't think Danny Rose was great all around the game. How do Newcastle United see Danny Rose over Jethro Willems? Are you mad? The club want to sign Danny Rose, but not Jethro Willems. Are you joking? Have you not seen how good Jethro was for Newcastle United? For me, one of the best left-backs in the league. Danny Rose. No, Danny Rose hasn't been bad for Newcastle, but Danny Rose over Jethro Willems? No, not for me. I don't think Danny Rose was fantastic today. I'm going to give Danny Rose a 4 out of 10. Midfield now, we'll start off with Fabian Schär. Embarrassing, spineless, shocking performance from Fabian Schär. No passion for this football club anymore. I don't know if that's because Rafa's left or whatever, because he was fantastic under Rafa to then now. He can't get into the team, and when he does come into the team, he's shit. And people like go, oh, he's playing out of position. He's the one who fucking wants to play in that position. So for me, Fabian Schär, he's going to get a 2 out of 10 today. He was shocking. Next to him was Jonjo Shelvey. And Shelvey couldn't really create anything in the game. He didn't really do much in the first half. He was very quiet today. Not like Jonjo Shelvey. I'm going to give Shelvey a 4 out of 10. And now the attack now. And I can't really blame the attack, because the attack had nothing to do in the second half, because no one was giving them the ball. We'll start off with... We'll do Matt Ritchie. Right, we'll start with the penalty. What's he doing? What's he doing with the penalty? Fair enough, right, if you went in, right, and you've tried to win the ball, he's only touched the ball in front and he's bang straight in front of him. There's people on Twitter saying that's not a penalty. Grow up, man. Watch the game. It's a clear penalty. And Matt Ritchie, it's just not good enough for him. It's not good enough for that penalty. He was not too bad until he gave away the penalty. Matt Ritchie, 4/10. Next up, we'll do Alan Saint-Maximin. And for me, this probably was one of his worst games for Newcastle. In the first 25 minutes, 30 minutes, he was good. He was creating chances. But after that miss in the first half, it was a good save from Ben Foster. But he should be scoring that. And after then, it was just downhill. And Maximin couldn't really do anything. I think it's one of his worst games for Newcastle United. And people like Arsenal, PSG are looking for him. I can't see why. They don't want him. He's fantastic, and today wasn't his day. Maximin's getting a 5. Almiron now, and yeah, again like Maximin. In the first half, he was good until he had that miss. He had that chance where it's Ben Foster saved it. He was good for Watford today, Ben Foster. It was a good save from him, and Almiron really should be doing a bit better. For me, Almiron goes down too easy, and it's a bit annoying. Today he was going down left, right and centre. And it was over like little things. And it's not as it does when you free kicks and stuff, which is fair enough. But sometimes it's like, just get on with the game, mate. Come on. Like Maximin, I'm going to give him a 5/10. Dwight Gayle now. And Dwight Gayle's one of our better players. As soon as he came off, it went downhill. Like, literally, like, to the point where we couldn't pass the ball from one player to another. Gayle was alright today. He obviously got his goal. Had to be there for the goal. I don't know if Fernandez headed it. I don't know if it was that even going in. But he has to be there to score it. It's supposed to score as a striker. You've got to score it, haven't you? And it's a good goal from Dwight Gayle for a striker being there in that position. But apart from that, did he really create any other chances? I mean, he was closing down the defenders really well in the first half. And obviously he was going to be the talking point in the first half for getting the goal. He's got more goals since the restart than Joelinton has for Newcastle United in the Prem. And the restart was only a month ago. Like, was it 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago when the Premier League football came back. And he's got more goals than Joelinton in the whole time Joelinton's been in the Premier League. Dwight Gayle, 6/10. The first one was Joelinton didn't do much in the game, to be honest. He came on too late. The first substitution in the 72nd minute with that second half performance. Steve Bruce, just wake up, watch the game, play Yoshinori Muto. Like, what does this lad have to do to get a game? He wants to play for the club and he doesn't get any game time. But then he's playing £40 million Joelinton, who's not a natural striker. Are you joking? So, Joelinton, 5/10. And the other substitutes weren't even on for long enough, so I can't even give them a rating. None of them really impacted the game whatsoever. Bentleb was shit like always. Emil Kraft came on and he put. And to be fair, I don't think we would have lost the game if Emil Kraft came on. Not for Emil Kraft, because Manquillo wouldn't have been on that side on the fullbacks, and he wouldn't have been grabbing onto Ismail Assar. So we might have not lost the game if Emil Kraft didn't come on. But lads, that's the end of the player ratings. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We'll have to just move on and see what we can get against Tottenham.